Hi, my name's Justina. I'm an acupuncturist, and today I just want to talk about my home birth experience. It was a really fantastic experience for me. It was my second birth, and I think many more people should consider it as an option. I had my baby here in the UK. At the age I was 42. I'm 42. Having my second child at home was really the best decision ever for me. It was a really incredibly fast delivery. I called my midwife at 3. I started having some contractions at 2:30 in the morning. I called my midwife at 3. She arrived at 5 a.m. She checked how dilated I was at 5:30. By 6 o'clock, the baby was fully born, so it was like 26 minutes of labour. So when she checked me, I was only 3 centimetres dilated. Now, normally, if you go into hospital and you're only 3 centimetres dilated, they actually send you home. They think it's far too early and, just go home, chill out. So for me, it was a great experience because I also think if I had had a hospital birth planned, it's most likely I would have had the baby at home without any assistance. So having a home birth, I was able to plan for everything. I had my bouncing ball, I had sheeting down, I had all the bits and pieces I needed, but I didn't really need anything because it was so fast. It was an entirely different experience for my first child, who was a footling breech. This is where the baby comes out foot first. So the footling breech, I had her in hospital because they needed to do quite a bit more intervention, but having the baby at home has been so fantastic. Everything's been so much more straightforward and easy. Maybe it is with your second child anyway, but you're able to immediately do the skin to skin. There's 3 stages of labour. The first, second's giving birth of the baby, and the third is the delivery of the placenta. That was really straightforward. I had a tear in my first pregnancy. I had an episiotomy, which was more acute than this time around. I also had a tear, but the midwife here in the UK, the midwife is just able to, if it's not too bad, just do the stitches at home, which was really straightforward and easy. It was a completely dream situation for me, and I think that if you feel confident, if first of all you have to speak to your doctor or your midwife, and if you are in a low risk category, it's nothing to do with your age. My parents were very, very, I think, fairly worried about me saying I wanted a home birth. They sort of they tried a lot of scare tactics, they tried a lot of bullying, they tried bribery, they tried everything. They really didn't want me to have a home birth, but I felt confident in myself, in my body, that I could do it and I would be good at doing it. And I think it's really important to listen to your inner guide. Lots of people who I've met who've also had babies are lovely women in my NCT group, which is an amazing thing. If you are able to join an NCT group, I don't know if they have it in other countries, but it's the National Children's Trust. It's a fantastic way to meet other mums and build your mum network and learn stuff. Some of the ladies in my group I don't think it would be their cup of tea. They would feel more comfortable being in a hospital, having, medical help on hand, having the option of doing, if you have a home birth, you don't really have the option of having an epidural. For my first birth, they had planned to have a cesarean section for me that I didn't want to have, and I ended up having a vaginal delivery, but they had tried to get me to have an epidural, but it wasn't possible. It just didn't work out. So having not had an epidural the first time around, I knew it wasn't necessary. This time around, I didn't have gas and air. I sort of asked the midwife, this time around, I said, please can I have some gas and air? And she's like, yeah, but I've only got 2 canisters. She was sort of worried that we might go through it, but it was so fast. It was crazy. By the time I had a few contractions and stuff, then my water broke and I went to give birth. I thought I was ramping up for some massive long situation. It was about 5 minutes. Involuntarily, the baby came out, and it was really straightforward. My midwife was incredible. Her name is Angela Bunce. If you have, or if you're considering a home birth and you're in St Mary's or Hammersmith Hospital, she's fantastic. She's really great. There wasn't time for the other midwife to arrive. My partner actually caught the baby, helped deliver the baby. It was amazingly fast. It was so straightforward. It was like a dream scenario. I think if you're in a low risk category, if you feel confident and positive and relaxed, I think it's for me the best experience. My last birth, with the baby being in breech position with her foot down, it just made things more complicated, so it wasn't really an option, and I was really sad at the time not being able to have a home birth, but I got to have one this time. So yeah, I think people, before becoming a mum, you hear all these negative birth stories and there aren't enough positive ones out there. So I just wanted to make this short YouTube video just to say that don't believe all the hype. It's not, for me it definitely wasn't as painful and as awful and horrific, and it's really not bad. I don't find, for me personally, the pain wasn't such that I felt it was something I'll never forget. I kind of can't even remember it. To be fair, breastfeeding the second child, the after pains are more stronger than the pains of giving birth. So that was my experience. Everyone has a different experience. Breastfeeding is just so good for your child, for their immunity, for your bonding, and it's also a great way to help get your body back into shape because it helps shrink your womb. You can eat more calories, more chocolate biscuits because you're breastfeeding. So yeah, it's really, really fantastic. If you have any questions or if you're thinking about a home birth, feel free to ask me if you want to speak to someone. I have a very good friend of mine. She's actually my daughter's godmother, and she had 3 home births. So when everyone was giving me negative stories and trying to put me off having a home birth, I spoke to her, and she just gave me so much support. And I think sometimes it's good to speak to someone else who's actually had the experience. She had 3 home births, they all went well, and I'm really, really pleased I stuck to my guns and made this decision. It worked out well for me. And thank you again to Angela, who helped deliver the baby, and everything was really smooth, and I'm so happy and grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos of me doing different things, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.